Welcome to our deep dive. Today you're looking at NeuroAroma Exercise.
Yeah.
Specifically,
Sounds intriguing, right?
it does. We
Yeah,
got
yeah.
this training manual, and it looks like it's from 2024,
Uh-huh.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it's all in Korean.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
the entire thing's in Korean, so we've had our work cut out for us kind of translating and figuring it all out, but
Oh, wow.
it's been really interesting what we found so far.
I bet. I mean, the whole idea of aromatherapy and exercise kind of combined together, it really sparks my curiosity.
Yeah.
So what's the connection there?
Well, the manual starts with the history of aromatherapy,
Okay.
which I think, sets the stage pretty well.
Uh-huh.
And, aromatherapy, it turns out it goes way back.
Okay.
Like ancient Mesopotamia, ancient Egypt.
Yeah, I remember learning about Egyptians using like fragrant oils and things like that for, religious rituals and burials and stuff.
Yeah.
I had no idea it went that far back.
It does. It does. So, and as you move through history, the manual highlights how aromatherapy starts to become more scientific, especially during like the Renaissance and Industrial Revolution.
Okay, that makes sense. A lot of science was starting to happen then.
Right, exactly.
Were there any, people or anything like that that stood out in the manual?
Yeah, absolutely. So the manual mentions this guy, René-Marie Scepfusset, a French chemist,
Okay.
who's often considered the father of modern aromatherapy.
Okay.
And it talks about how he accidentally discovered the healing properties of lavender oil
Oh, wow.
after he burned his hand in the lab.
So he just like put lavender oil on a burn?
Well,
What happened?
yeah, basically he burned his hand and he just stuck it in this vat of lavender oil.
Right, gosh.
And
That's crazy.
it healed incredibly quickly with like very minimal scarring.
Wow.
So, that experience really led him to research the therapeutic applications of essential oils.
Uh-huh.
And he's the one who coined the term aromatherapy.
Wow, that's a pretty cool story.
Yeah.
A happy accident.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so keep going.
So the manual also mentions Dr. Jules Van Ney,
Okay.
who was a French army surgeon, and he actually used essential oils to treat soldiers in World War II.
So they were using essential oils on the battlefields. Like what were they using them for?
For all sorts of things, like infections and promoting wound healing, and even like psychological trauma.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So I'm starting to see how aromatherapy has been used throughout history.
Yeah.
But how do these oils actually work?
Oh, well, so essential oils, they're made up of these things called volatile compounds, which means they evaporate easily.
Okay.
So that allows them to be absorbed by the body.
Oh.
Through inhalation, through the nose, you breathe it in, it goes to the brain or through the skin.
So when we smell an essential oil, those little molecules are actually like reaching our brain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. And it's not just, the scent we perceive, these molecules can actually interact with different systems in the body.
Impacting everything from like our mood to our immune response.
Oh, wow. So they have like a direct line to our emotions and like our bodily functions.
Yeah, pretty much.
But how do they get like back out of our systems?
That's a good question. So they get processed by the liver and then excreted through urine and sweat and even your breath.
Oh, okay. So it's like a full cycle then.
Right.
Okay. So we've got this fascinating history and the science of aromatherapy, but where does the neuro part of like NeuroAroma Exercise come in?
Right. So the manual, it doesn't get too specific about the, neurological mechanisms, but it does really emphasize the connection between scent, the brain, and movement.
So it's more about how like our sense of smell can influence our mental and physical state during exercise?
Exactly.
Okay.
And it kind of suggests that different essential oils can be used strategically to enhance different types of exercise.
Oh.
So like some oils might be really good for calming and grounding, and others could be more energizing and stimulating.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, give me an example.
So let's say you're doing like yoga or stretching,
Yeah.
something focused on grounding and stability.
Yeah.
The manual suggests using like a grounding oil like sandalwood,
Okay.
so that aroma might help you feel more centered and, focused on your breath.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Whereas if you were doing something more high energy, like running,
Okay.
you might use something more stimulating, like peppermint oil.
So instead of reaching for that extra cup of coffee, I could just sniff some peppermint,
Well,
get my energy levels up.
it might not replace your morning coffee,
Okay.
but it could definitely contribute to like a more invigorating workout.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So this is really fascinating.
Yeah.
How does the manual break down like the different types of essential oils?
It categorizes them based on the part of the plant they're extracted from.
Okay.
So you've got woodflower, rind leaf, and root oils.
Okay.
And it kind of ties these categories to the 5 elements theory from traditional Asian medicine.
Oh, yeah. The five elements. I remember learning a little bit about that in college. How does that system fit into all of this?
So each element, like wood, fire, earth, metal, and water, is associated with different organs and emotions and even seasons.
Okay, I'm following you. So how do the specific essential oils connect to these elements?
So we can start with the wood oils, things like sandalwood, rosewood.
Okay.
They're thought to strengthen like the musculoskeletal system,
Mm-hmm.
and they're linked to the wood element, which is associated with spring growth, new beginnings.
Okay, so wood oils might be helpful for exercises that are focused on building strength and flexibility.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. What about the other categories?
So flower oils, lavender and clary sage.
Okay.
They're all about emotional balance,
Yeah.
and they're connected to the fire element.
Fire. I always think of like lavender as being very calming, so that seems a little counterintuitive.
Yeah, so think of it more as like the warmth and passion associated with the fire element, which aligns well with, flower oils and their effects on the reproductive system hormone regulation.
Okay, that's a good way to think about it.
Yeah.
Okay, what about rind oils, those zesty ones?
Yes, so those are linked to the earth element.
Uh-huh.
They're often uplifting, cleansing,
Okay.
much like the earth, provides nourishment and stability.
Okay, so rind oils might be good for like a mood boost before a workout.
Exactly.
Got it. Where do leaf oils fall into this system?
So leaf oils, like eucalyptus tea tree,
Yeah.
all about the respiratory and immune systems,
Uh,
and they fall under the metal element,
okay.
which is about clarity and letting go.
Okay.
So that aligns with like the purifying properties of leaf oils.
Gotcha. Okay. So last but not least, we have the root oils.
Yeah.
What are their connections?
So root oils, vetiver,
Okay.
grounding, stabilizing, similar to how roots anchor a plant, to the earth.
Okay.
And they align with the water element, which is all about introspection, wisdom, and stillness.
Wow. That's a really interesting framework for thinking about essential oils.
Yeah.
It goes beyond just their scents and connects them to these, deeper concepts of balance and energy flow.
Right. It's a whole other layer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is so cool. I'm eager to learn more about how these oils are actually used during exercise.
Yeah.
Like, does the manual give us any clues?
There are some hints there, but it focuses more on the theoretical foundation. So I think our next step in this deep dive will be to uncover the practical application.
Okay, cool. I'm excited.
Me too.
Okay, so we've got, a pretty good grasp on the oils and how they're categorized and their connection to the five elements theory.
Yeah.
I'm ready to dive deeper into how they actually play a role in NeuroAroma exercise.
Okay.
What else can you tell me?
Well, as I mentioned, the manual is a little light on the practical applications,
Okay.
but it does hint at how different scents can enhance various types of movement.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about. So how does that work exactly?
So for example, let's say you're doing exercises focused on grounding and stability,
Okay.
like standing balances in yoga or Pilates.
Okay.
The manual suggests that using a grounding oil like vetiver could be beneficial.
I could see that Vetiver has that really earthy grounding aroma
Yeah.
that might help you feel more, rooted and centered during those poses.
Exactly. And then on the flip side,
Okay.
for more energizing and dynamic exercises,
So,
like cardio or high-intensity interval training,
uh-huh.
you might use a stimulating oil like lemon or peppermint.
Oh, so instead of reaching for that extra cup of coffee, I could just sniff some peppermint
Yeah.
to get my energy levels up.
Well, it might not completely replace your morning coffee, but
Yeah.
it could definitely contribute to a more invigorating workout.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What about for activities that require like focus and concentration,
Yeah.
like weightlifting or even meditation?
In those cases, the manual suggests using balancing oils like lavender or frankincense, known for their calming and centering properties, which could help you stay present and focused during those activities.
So it's all about choosing the right scent to match the desired outcome of your exercise session.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Creating synergy between the scent, the movement, and, your overall goals for that particular workout.
This is really starting to paint a picture for me, so if I'm understanding correctly.
Yeah.
NeuroAroma exercise isn't just about adding a pleasant smell to your workout.
Right.
It's about intentionally using scents to enhance your experience and maybe even impact your results.
Exactly. Yeah. It's about tapping into the power of scent to influence your mental and physical state, helping you achieve a deeper connection with your body and potentially even, improve your performance.
I'm really intrigued by this idea. It seems like it could really add another dimension to my workouts
Yeah.
and maybe even help me break through mental barriers sometimes.
I think you'd be surprised how powerful even just subtle scents can be in shifting your mindset and influencing your overall experience.
So how would someone actually incorporate essential oils into their workout routine?
Right.
Does the manual give any guidance on that?
Unfortunately, that's where it gets a little vague. It doesn't lay out any specific instructions for methods of application.
That's too bad. I'm kind of curious to know if it's better to diffuse the oils, apply them topically, or maybe even both.
Yeah, those are good questions based on what we know about aromatherapy in general.
Yeah.
I imagine it could involve a combination of those techniques.
Okay.
Like maybe diffusing the oils in the room
Uh,
would create an overall ambiance,
right.
while applying diluted oils topically to certain pulse points could provide a more targeted effect.
I could see that working well.
Yeah,
It'd be like creating a multi-sensory experience that engages both your sense of smell and your physical sensations during the workout.
exactly.
So cool. What stands out to you as the most fascinating aspect of NeuroAroma Exercise so far?
I think it's the potential for personalized wellness that really excites me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
Right.
You can really tailor the scents you use to your individual needs and goals for each workout.
I agree. It's like having a whole toolkit of natural remedies at your disposal.
Yeah.
And you get to choose the right tool for the job depending on how you're feeling and what you want to achieve.
And I think the connection to the five elements theory just adds another layer of personalization.
Right.
It allows you to really connect with, deeper aspects of yourself
Yeah.
and tailor your practice even further.
It's like taking a holistic approach to exercise,
Yeah.
considering not just the physical movements, but also the energetic and emotional aspects of the experience.
Exactly.
I'm eager to explore this further. I wonder, do you think the manual might shed some light on how we can apply the five elements theory, more specifically to our exercise choices?
It's certainly possible. Let's delve into that next and see what we can uncover.
So, okay, I'm really into this idea of connecting the five elements theory to specific exercise choices.
Yeah.
Is there anything in the manual that kind of, elaborates on that?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't have a detailed workout plan or anything,
Okay.
but it does suggest that aligning your exercise routine with the five elements can amplify the benefits of NeuroAroma exercise.
Okay, I like it creating that harmony
Right.
between, the elements and the sense and the movement.
Yeah.
Give me an example.
Okay, so remember how we were talking about wood oils being about growth and expansion?
Yes.
Well, the manual suggests that those oils might be particularly beneficial for exercises that involve stretching, reaching, opening up the body,
Okay,
like yoga or Pilates.
I see that. Yeah, using the scent of the wood oils to enhance that feeling of expansion and flexibility.
Exactly. And then think about fire oils
Okay.
associated with warmth and transformation.
Yes.
The manual suggests those oils could be ideal for more vigorous activities,
Right.
like cardio or dance, where you're really generating heat and pushing your limits.
So the fire oils could fuel that internal fire and inspire a sense of transformation during those workouts?
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so then we have earth oils,
Right.
which are all about grounding and stability.
Yes.
The manual suggests pairing those with exercises that focus on building strength and endurance,
Uh-huh.
like weightlifting or hiking.
Yeah.
It makes sense that earth oils would kind of enhance that feeling of being grounded and rooted while you're engaging in those activities.
Absolutely.
Okay, what about metal oils?
So metal oils associated with clarity and focus,
Yes.
those are suggested for exercises that require precision and control,
Okay.
like martial arts or archery.
So metal oils could help sharpen the mind and enhance that sense of precision during those movements.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay, and then we have the water oils.
Right.
All about going inward and cultivating stillness.
Yes. The manual suggests using them for more restorative practices,
Okay.
like gentle stretching meditation or even just taking a mindful walk in nature.
So the water oils could kind of enhance the calming and introspective qualities of those activities,
Yeah.
helping us connect with that sense of inner peace.
Exactly. It's all about finding those synergistic pairings that really amplify the benefits of both the essential oils and the exercises themselves.
This is so cool.
Yeah.
It's like a whole new way of looking at exercise, considering not just, the physical benefits, but also the energetic and emotional aspects.
Right. It's a very holistic approach
Mhm.
that takes into account the interconnectedness of our mind, body, and spirit.
This deep dive has really opened my eyes to the potential of NeuroAroma exercise.
Yeah.
It's more than just, a workout trend.
Right.
It's a whole philosophy of well-being.
It is.
For our listeners who are, hearing all this for the first time,
Yeah.
what would you say is the most important takeaway?
I think the key takeaway is that our sense of smell has a profound impact on both our mental and physical states.
Okay.
And by intentionally incorporating essential oils into our exercise routines, we can create a more holistic and personalized experience.
I love that it's about empowering ourselves to use scent as a tool for enhancing our well-being and reaching our full potential. As we wrap up this deep dive, what advice would you give to our listeners?
I would encourage them to experiment with different essential oils and see what works best for them.
That's great advice. And maybe even explore how those different scents resonate with various types of exercise, connecting back to the wisdom of the five elements.
Absolutely. Trust your intuition, pay attention to how your body responds, and have fun with it.
This has been such an insightful deep dive, and I feel inspired to start incorporating these principles into my own life.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for sharing your expertise and guiding us through this fascinating world of NeuroAroma exercise.
It's been my pleasure, and remember, there's always more to learn. Keep exploring, keep experimenting, and keep diving deep.